So on last one, we are discussing about LALR parsing. You have seen how to generate LLR parsing table, and I have told you there is a tool that is YACC, yet another compiler. This through this tool you can generate that table. Actually, this tool is very important tool for language generation. Actually, through this tool, you can generate code, directly code. See how, see various tools we use. NTLR tool is get used for top-down parsing, that which is called LL parsing, and through YACC and Bison we generate ELR parser. So it generate ELR parsing table. Precisely we can say LALR parsing table. LALR parsing table. And Bison is the improved version of YACC. If your operating system, actually these tools, this tool and this tool are available with Linux environment, Unix environment, with the operating system itself. So you can it is also available in Ubuntu. So you can use this tool because it is part of your practicals. And how you will use this tool, I will just explain. The Bison is the advanced version of YACC. Actually, this YACC is introduced with operating system Unix. YACC is the part of Unix operating system. You know, after then we got the Linux operating system, and in Linux operating system, which is more interactive and improved version of Unix operating system on same technology, that is kernel and utility like system. Bison is the replacement of Linux, as in the case of lexical analyzer generator Lex. In Unix we have Lex, but on in this environment, that is Linux environment, we have Flex. Okay, but it is an alias. If you write Lex, it will just invoke Flex. Means there is aliasing of Lex and Flex. Similarly, Bison and Yak. So if you use YACC, it will work. You can also use Bison. Okay, how you will use, you will discuss. Actually, and this tool is widely used for the compilers. How it works, just see. we define the language. As you know, the language, various language construct is get for any language is defined by its various productions of the grammar. Means actually grammar is responsible for generating a language. Okay, so here we have to specify grammar in input specification file of Yak or Bison. Okay, and this file, suppose we write in AA, it must have extension .y. Okay, so you have to write like this. Suppose there we write, we have it is to write input specification file. It has well-defined structure. You have to write the information in the file as per structure, and mainly we write the grammar. Main component of the file is grammar, and apart from this we have supports to grammar, and to perform the action we have supporting C routines. Okay, and to support C routine we have declarations. We have two type of declaration. One is declaration specific to the YACC, means related to the grammar. Okay, and second declaration, actually I have told you to define the action on certain language construct, we use supporting C routines. So in C routine you have to use literals, you have to use variables, you have to use you may use any function. For that you need a library. So all the we have specific structure in which we can write the specification related to C language. Actually, this tool generate a program in C language. Okay, so here we write input specification file of YACC. Okay, then we use YACC compiler, like suppose you have written a.y. So on prompt you write YACC a.y and press enter. It will generate y.tab.c, a C program that will work as a lexical syntax analyzer. Okay. Now you may use this y.tab.c and use compiler, C compiler. It will generate a executable file a.out, and here you may use this a.out for producing the syntactic structure in your required form for the stream or token produced by the Lexel Analyzer. So this is the way how this tool can be used for generating the syntactic structure. You may integrate this tool with Lex tool, and then it will work. Then it will generate a program in which you just put a simple program, and entire tool will convert it into entire program will convert your source program into a particular intermediate form. Okay, that is that have the syntactic syntax and semantic of that very problem for which you have the program. Now see how we write the input specification file for React. Actually, it has three parts. One is declaration part. This is declaration part. Second is translation rule part. And third is supporting croutine. User defined auxiliary procedure means supporting croutine. In declaration part, we have two type of declaration. One is declaration related to YACC. Second is declaration related to C language. The C declarations are written in this. Within these two delimiter. Here you can write include a header file. You can write INTA if integer A is being used by supporting C routine. Okay, auxiliary procedures. Okay. Next is the translation rule part. In translation rule part, actually we consider each and every production of the grammar. Okay. If you have A2, alpha, B, beta, a grammar, okay, or you may write A2, X, Y, Z, okay, this grammar. So this very production of the grammar will say about certain language construct. So you can associate action. If we have this construct, what action should be taken? Action in form of attributes are a function as per the semantic rule. That is called semantic rules. Okay. So where we can apply these actions, semantic action. Actually, you know that we have, these are the possible state of the parser. Here you can introduce an action. Here you can introduce an action. Here an action can be introduced, and here. Actually, if you introduce action and at the end, here suppose you have introduced an action. What it means, when this construct is get reduced to, you have seen in parsing, error parsing, if we have A2 alpha dot, then action is reduced. So when this alpha is get reduced to A, if you have defined here action, then action will be taken. But if you define your action at other positions like A, X, Y, Z, if you have defined certain action here. So these actions are going to be taken when your compiler is going to test this construct. Okay, before testing the construct, it will take this action. Here you may define actions, means this construct is already referred. Now this action will be taken, then it will go for the remaining. Okay, in this way you can associate semantic actions. Okay, and next part is user defined auxiliary procedure, means actually it is supporting C routines. these are the C function that supports these action. The semantic action you have defined is get supported by the routine. Suppose here you have called a function f1, okay, as an action when alpha is to be reduced to a, okay. In that case, this f1 is a function. So how your program will know what is f1. So f1 function must have body. So body of this f1 function may be defined here. Okay. So it has three parts. See, we have defined. See the production, a non-terminal, because your grammar is context-free grammar. So to the left, you have at most one non-terminal. Okay. Then we have particular set of terminal, non-terminal, and you can define action. Here action is for second alternative, another action is defined, and so on. Okay. In YACC declaration part, we declare about tokens, generally reserved words. Okay. And just see, if you are using operator grammar, then you can define, and your grammar has ambiguity. Ambiguity is due to the precedence and associativity. So in YACC declaration part, you can define it. Okay. And each declaration in WAC declaration field must have percent sign like this. Percent sign token, percent sign left, plus, minus. What it means? Plus and minus are left associative. Okay, it will automatically consider it. And we have, for precedence, we have to say the operator appear first in declaration has lower precedence. So you can define operator in same order like this. Left plus minus left asterisk mod operator, right to the power operator, like this. So right has highest precedence, then next lowest is this, and lowest is this. So in this way you can declare. And for suppose you are dealing with language, you can write for reserved word token if you can, then if then is a reserved word, else is reserved word, you can write it like token, and so on. Here semantic action, how you just see, you don't confuse with this synthesize attribute. Actually we have two type of attribute. associated with a grammar symbol. One is called sense size attribute, another is called inherited attribute. Okay, that we will discuss during discussion of the next unit, that is syntax directed translation. What is sense size attribute and what is inherited attribute? So here we are using sense size attribute. So it is heading is sense size attribute. Okay. For defining the action, we have to use, and attributes are associated with the, means suppose you have a production X, Y1, Y2, Yn. So each Yi is associated with an attribute. Okay. So you can use these attributes to take the action to perform the operation. Like suppose you are familiar with this E plus T is an, so this is your, we have now three grammar symbol to the right of the production. So here this E is associated with certain attribute, that is the value associated with this E. Here this is the this has this is simple symbol, so its attribute is symbol itself, and here the attribute for this again value associated with T. So to get its value, we have the sense size attribute $i. I is the position of the attribute. $1 means the value associated with E. $2 means value associated with plus. $3 means value associated with 3. Okay. T. Okay. So in this case, and here for this, that is return value, or it is also called, these are the L value associated, R value associated with E, and T. Here L value for E means return value. Return value is shown by $. Okay. So in this case, we can define action $, equal to $1 plus $3. Suppose the value associated with this E is 5 and value associated with this T is 3. Okay, in that case, $1 is 5, $3 is 3, and it will return 8. $, become 8. Okay. See an example. You are familiar with this grammar? Okay. We have used this grammar for generation of parsing table. Okay. We have generated LR0 parsing table. See, then now see here. This is a token digit. It has certain value. Okay. For this particular case, we have considered that it is single digit number. 0 to 9. Okay. So we have to read this digit from keyboard and identify. Means suppose if it is written 5 plus 3, so it will read these three, and we will use is digit function. Is digit function defined in header file c-type.h. So if we have to use this header file must be included in the C declaration section of the YACC specification file. And this digit is a token. It will be given in YARC declaration field. Okay. Here if you see the precedence of operator is already preserved because we have converted the grammar into such a form that it has the precedence of operator, means multiplication has precedence over addition in this very grammar. See, this is okay. We have included, this is C declaration area delimited with these pair of symbols, percent sign, opening braces, then percent sign, closing braces. Within these two delimiter, we may write this C declaration. This is declaration related to YARC. Here you just see your grammar is get changed. If you see this portion of the grammar, it is the same grammar that you have seen. You can just see what we have done. We have introduced one production line E and then enter. This is enter. Enter may be recognized by this. What it means, what this symbol says, it in C language, it is manipulator. Okay, it manipulates the cursor position with two action. One is carriage return, another is line feed. What it means, carriage return means your cursor is get the position on very first position of the same row, and line feed means next row. So if you have this, your cursor is get position at the very first position of the next line. It is also called new line. Okay. So here you can write this, introduce this. What it will do when your expression is get evaluated in E, then you have to complete and print the answer. So we have added this production. Just see, this production is line that will accept a line of expression. Okay, means if you have 2 plus 3 into 4 plus 5. Okay. So what it will do, when you press enter, it will do the parsing. 3 into 4 plus 2, this is the evaluation order. 3 into 4, that is 12, plus 2, that is 14, plus 5, 17. At the end, the attribute associated with this E is 18. And in that case, you have pressed enter. Means this E, the value of E is 18. It is 17, 19. 14 plus 5, 19. 19, and you have enter. Okay. First, it will evaluate this E, this entire expression on E. It will reduce it to E, and then this and this. When it will get this E and new line character, means when it will get enter, it will take this action. See how it is going to be evaluated. We will discuss. Okay, just see. Print $1 means the attribute associated with the first grammar symbol. First grammar symbol to the right of the production is E. So it's decimal value. %D says decimal value. So it has 19. So 19 will be printed. Along with, you have just pressed 2 into 3 plus 4, 2 plus 3 into 4 plus 5, and then pressed enter. So it will write 19. The value associated with $1 means this 19 at this place. This is equal sign, and your cursor will appear on new line, next line, first very position of the next line. But how this, it will compute this 19. So for that, you have to go for the parsing of this. Okay. See how it is, how we have defined the action for remaining production. E plus T. So $, means return value, is the attribute, R value associated with this E, R value associated with T is get added and written into the as E value. Okay. And if you have ET, it will just copy the $1 to $. Okay. Similarly, T into F. Now you just see. We will just explain how it will work, because this is the part of the next section. So it will be more clear if we so this is the production, and here we have the semantic action, and here we have supporting C routine, just see our expression is 2 plus 3 into 4 plus 5. This is the then we have entered enter. So actually this will, in normal case, it will be taken up by the lexical analyzer to generate the tokens. So what we are doing here, we have already written a routine that will generate the token. Okay. And I have told you that it has this program will be integrated with the lexical analyzer generated by the Lex tool. So the lexical analyzer has the function yylex. This yylex function is responsible, means you may say that is main function of the lexical analyzer generated by Lex, yylex, responsible for generation of the token. Okay. So now here we are writing that function directly. Okay. Because your YACC will always ask from yylex for the stream of token. It will consider only those tokens that are produced by the yylex. So here we just see it will read character by character. If digit, then it is returning its value. Okay. Then suppose it's ASCII value minus the ASCII value of 0. That will be the actual decimal value. Okay. And we associate with this L value, means we write its value in the field token value and return digit as a digit, a token digit. In other case, we directly return the character. So here actually for 2 you have a ASCII code, but it will return 2 because of this. We have just subtracted the ASCII value of 0. So you will get 2. Here it is directly returned. Again you will get 3. You will get asterisk directly returned. Then 4 modified by this as a digit and so on. Now it will consider. See how it will consider. I mean, it will start from 2. To F, F to T, 2 is a digit. Actually, it is digit, and the value associated with digit is 2. E. Next, it will shift plus. Next, again digit. Digit, its value is 3. It is reduced to F, reduced to T, then it will shift asterisk. Okay. Then again digit, value is 4, reduced to F. After then it will perform this operation. Okay. then it will do this operation. Then finally it will shift plus, then digit, its value is 5, then F to T, E, this. Okay. After then it will be line here. This is the syntactic structure. Now see how action are going to be taken. We reduce digit to F. Okay. Then $1 is the value of associated with this digit. That is 2. That will become the value associated with this non-terminal F. Means the value F well is now 2. Now this F is reduced to T by this production F to T. So again this action $, is $1. So here value is 2. Here again same manner, because E to T, this very production, E value is 2. Then it will shift this plus. Then digit will be shifted and reduced to F. So F val is 3. It is copied due to this production T to F. You will get value associated with T is 3. Now asterisk is shifted. Next is digit. Next digit is 4. So it is reduced to F. And value associated with this F will become 4. Now this T, value associated with T. How you will get this? At this very junction, it will use this. T is T into F. Okay. So this is $1 3 into $3. That is it 4. Okay. So here $, means R value recorded at this very non-terminal is 12. Okay. Now after then it will use this very production. E to E plus T. So E to E plus T. This is plus sign. Okay. So 2. So it is saying $1 plus $3. $1 is 2, $3 is 12. That is 14. The value associated with now this E is 14. The value of this E well is how much? T value is 12, E value is 2. Here value is 2. Okay, so here it is 2, means $1 is 2, and T value is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 is get returned. So here it will become E val is 14. Okay. Now next, it will start from here. Digit is 5. Now digit to F. digit 2f is this. So, and action is $$ is $1. So $$ means the value position where we can write the return value of the expression related to this variable f, non-terminal f. So it will value will be 5. Similarly, value will be 5. Okay. Now see, E is E plus T. So it will use this. Okay. Now it will do 14, $1, and $3 is 5. So here value is 19. Next, this value is nothing but here. Okay. So here it will, because it is just followed by enter, new line character. So it will print the value of $1, that is this E. E value is the value of E is 19. So 19 is get written. So in this way, this parser will work. Okay. Next, how to deal with ambiguity. I have already told you, we define the associativity of the grammar. See another example. Here, these are the declaration part, C declaration part. You can see this is the C declaration part. This is YACC declaration part. Okay, here unary minuses get considered. Now see these are the additional. Now we are using this grammar. E is E plus E, E minus E, E into E. You are familiar with this grammar. E by E. This grammar. Here it will not, in previous example, we are writing the expression and pressing enter. It will just write the answer and exit. Okay, but here, if you see the nature of production, it is recursive production. Okay, we will discuss on next one about this and other thing. Okay, and from next on we will discuss about unit number 3. I have loaded the PPT of second unit. You can take it. Second PPT. This will be loaded tomorrow only. And you have to write your practicals using this. It is very important. This tool is get used in several fields. And if you go through, you will find the use of this very tool, very strong tool. Okay.